The truth is out there, but these conspiracy theories are way, way out there. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 craziest JFK conspiracy theories. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at the most extraordinary explanations that people have offered for the assassination of the 35th President John F. Kennedy. Number 10. Ted Cruz's dad. The messy events of the assassination left a lot of questions. How did one bullet pass through so many points? Why did nightclub operator Jack Ruby kill the assassin Lee Harvey Oswald? And was there a second shooter on the grassy knoll? But until Donald Trump's election campaign, few people had asked, was Trump's rival candidate Ted Cruz connected to the murder?
You know, his father was with Lee Harvey Oswald prior to Oswald's being shot. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous.
Trump had seen a photo in trusted news source The National Enquirer that supposedly showed Cruz's father Raphael and Oswald together. Well, that was enough for Trump. Ted Cruz responded with his own revelations.
Yes, my dad killed JFK. He is secretly Elvis, and Jimmy Hoffa is buried in his backyard.
Number 9. Itchy trigger finger. On November 22, 1963, 3 shots rang out in Dallas, Texas. According to the Warren Commission, the first shot that hit Kennedy went through both the president and Texas Governor John Connally. This is the single or magic bullet theory. Another bullet exploded the right side of Kennedy's head.
Back and to the left. Back and to the left.
In the 1970s, Baltimore gunsmith Howard Donahue argued that this shot was actually fired by Secret Service agent George Hickey, whose finger must have slipped on the trigger of his AR-15. He based his accusation on the trajectory and bullet fragmentation of the fatal shot. Critics wonder at the likelihood of Hickey accidentally aiming at the president's head and how the shot was overlooked by witnesses. Number 8. Bad driver. What if the fatal shot didn't come from Oswald or the car behind, but from the president's own limousine? Some witnesses claimed that when Secret Service agent William Greer heard the first shot, he slowed down instead of speeding up. He also turned to look back at the president before hitting the accelerator, a delay for which he would later tearfully apologize to Jacqueline Kennedy. On this basis, conspiracy theorist Milton William Cooper argued in his book, Behold a Pale Horse, that Greer killed Kennedy. How? Simple. Some think Greer had a gun. But Cooper claims he used a, quote, gas pressure device developed by aliens. Number 7. Jackie O and the gun in the flower pot. As the presidential motorcade passed, Abraham Zapruder caught the assassination on a home movie camera. Some conspiracy theorists claim that smoke or vapor can be seen moving past the left side of JFK's head, showing that his own wife was the shooter. She then hid the gun in a flower pot. Her motive? Revenge for her husband's indiscretions. Or maybe the CIA had hypnotized her. Jackie's image hasn't exactly been helped by rumors that she slept with 1 or 2 of her dead husband's brothers. Still, it isn't exactly the most subtle way to kill a president, in an open car in front of thousands of witnesses. Number 6. The Umbrella Man. During the assassination, an unknown man was standing in the sun under an open umbrella. Did he wave the umbrella to signal the shooter? Or could the umbrella itself have been a weapon? It actually wouldn't be the first time an umbrella gun has been used for assassination. Bulgarian dissident writer Georgy Markov was killed by one in 1978. But during the United States House Select Committee on Assassinations, a man called Louis Stephen Witt came forward as the Umbrella Man. He had been protesting Kennedy's father's support for British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain, who had sought to appease the Nazis and often carried an umbrella. Number 5. It was the CIA.
His assignment is the assassination of an American civilian aged 46, former naval PT boat commander. Married, father of 2.
Lee Harvey Oswald was a former Marine who had defected to the Soviet Union, the perfect cover story for a secret CIA operative. The CIA had reason to be mad at the president, as he had pulled air support from their botched Bay of Pigs invasion in 1961. This has led some to theorize that Oswald had been brainwashed, possibly using LSD, through the CIA's MK-Ultra mind control program. Some further allege that George H.W. Bush was involved, and rewarded by being made CIA director about a decade later. Number 4. A Baseballer's Revenge. Hell hath no fury like a baseballer scorned, apparently. The legendary baseballer Joe DiMaggio never stopped loving Marilyn Monroe after their 9-month marriage. But as rumors have it, after their divorce, Monroe slept with either JFK, his brother Robert, or both. Some sources have claimed that DiMaggio believed that the Kennedys had had her murdered. How did a baseball player have the means to initiate a criminal conspiracy to kill a president? Conveniently enough, we'll probably never know. But if a guy is connected enough, lots of things can happen. Number 3. Blame sugar. We seem to blame sugar for everything these days. Obesity, diabetes, the murder of JFK. After the assassination, Oswald was seen drinking a Coca-Cola. This interested writer and organic food advocate J.I. Rodale, who led the charge of the organic movement in the U.S. from the 50s onward. He wrote in an editorial for his magazine Prevention that Oswald was not responsible for his actions. His brain was confused because he was a, quote, sugar drunkard. Rodale called for a full investigation into the link between sugar and crime. Number 2. The Illuminati pulled the strings. The Illuminati are everywhere, it seems, behind both Lady Gaga's fashion choices and famous historical events. According to this theory, the Illuminati had JFK killed because he outed them in a speech that, for most people, was actually about the Soviet Union and the Cold War. Another motive was his issuance of Executive Order 11110, which delegated his authority to issue silver certificates to the Secretary of the Treasury. Allegedly, Kennedy planned to replace Federal Reserve notes with silver certificates, threatening the power of the Illuminati-controlled Federal Reserve. Of course, Kennedy actually signed legislation to do the opposite, phase out silver certificates in favor of Federal Reserve notes. But hey, conspiracies are complicated. Number 1. UFO cover-up.
Was Kennedy murdered by mutants?
We're not saying it was aliens, but, well, it was because of aliens. In 1999, UFO researcher Timothy Cooper claimed to have received a partially burned memo in which the CIA director worried about Kennedy's inquiries into the organization's activities. Author William Lester added another piece to the puzzle in 2010, claiming that 10 days before Kennedy was murdered, Kennedy had asked the CIA director to review UFO intelligence in order to identify what could and couldn't be shared with the Soviets. Lester even has an official-looking letter to back it up. Was JFK killed as part of a UFO cover-up?
Is there a cover story?
Tell them it was done by men from outer space.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.